All right, so if we had a part like this, which actually I think I already have this bent, so I'm just going to take this arm. All right, if we wanted to take this arm and make it bend, I'm just going to drag this over here where we can see it a little bit better. All right, because right now it's a straight arm and we want to have this bend to it. All you have to do is to select like the straight arm, and we're going to find what's called the knife tool. This is it. If you don't have it with your eraser, you can go click on the three dots at the bottom of your toolbar. You would find the knife and then drag it and put it with, you can group it with whatever tool, but it should be going with the eraser tool. All right, so from there, all I have to do is just kind of click and drag through the object, and look, it created a path there. So now if I can just move it, and then if I wanted to kind of create that arm bend, I can do something like that. If you have some weird corners, remember you do have your direct selection tool, so I could use the that white arrow, and I can make that fit. I keep going back. All right, so I got to line up those corners a little bit. That's what you really have to do, is kind of line up your corners, and then there would be your arm bend. All right, so we're using the knife tool there, and then using the direct selection to make your bending action. All right, so if that was my contact, now I want to get this. All right, so I'm gonna have to do that with my leg to make this leg bend here. So we still have right arm forward, left arm back. Those are the same. Now we're going to try to get these legs to be bent a little bit. All right, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to pull this leg off a little bit. Actually, it's grouped here, isn't it? So if I double click it, all right, now I get into my isolation mode that I can see up here. So I'm not going to be losing the group feature of it. But now I can work on this and kind of put it back afterwards. So there would be my cut. I'll take this one. Oh, it's still grouped, I guess. There we go. So just keep kind of double clicking, and then you can get your object to be selectable. All right, so we're going to kind of rotate this one up like that. And then have this one come down here kind of like that. Now if I come back out, all right, so it's still grouped. I got to get it to be like this. So that would be that leg, kind of bent like that. And then for this one, the leg is kind of bent forward a little bit more. So again, double click to get into your kind of isolation mode. And let's see, is this separate? Yes, it is. So now I can just knife it. Try to find out kind of where that knee would be. Kind of make the foot be flat on the ground there. This one I feel like is rotated a little more forward. And kind of drag this up like so. And then I will just use my direct selection tool to align corners. All right, so I'll click here. Match that up with that. All right, so there we go. Escape gets us out of all that sub-selection, all right? So our arms are the same. Now our legs are kind of like we're seeing here. All right, so that would be our as it's called, the low phase or pose. I'll just label that. Alright, I'm going to repeat for my passing phase. Now, I know I may have a little more experience than some of you on doing this, but I just kind of trying to show you how fast this could be done. I feel like once you get the process, it doesn't really take that long. Just have to think about, observing what you're trying to create, and then we should be able to work with those limbs to kind of get what we have here. Alright, so we have our next is our passing phase here. So the right leg, which is this one, is going to come back. Let's see if I can do that. So that's kind of like that. I might need to get a little more bend to it. Yeah, so I'm going to straighten out. This looks like it's kind of almost straight up and down in that part. But then the upper leg, we need to make more straight. So that's this part here, which definitely looks odd, but we'll work with that. And then the back leg is straight. So that's going to be this one. Oh wait, I think I did the wrong one. This is the front leg. Oh no, that is right. So this one we want to straighten out.
So where do you go when you don't have a knife?
You click on the three dots on the bottom, you find the knife, and just drag it into your toolbar if you don't have that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Alright, so there is... Actually, I want to try to bring this leg forward a little more. It's kind of more... I think it's bent too far back. Now, this is not an exact science here. I don't imagine this being totally perfect, but I'm going to try to follow the process, see where we can get with it. I'm sure it's going to look a little funny kind of when we're done, but so there's that, we got that. So now we're going to go working with the arm. Back to business here. So now we just got to get the arm. So we'll start by see if we can just bring this forward.
I found something that's weird, but I think it's like the knife tool. Like I couldn't find the knife tool, and I just only found this tool called slice tool.
That's not the slice. That's something definitely different. I can't really zoom in on my toolbar here, but this, I know mine wasn't there before. I did have to add it. You should find it. I mean, you click on the three dots, it's grouped. Actually, I think I should be able to see where it is here. It's under the scissor tool. It looks like it's really the last tool. You have to really scroll down.
Okay.
Alright, so in our passing phase, that arm looks like it's straight down. So I'm going to come into here. I'm going to select this stuff. I'm going to straighten out my arm. Got a little difference in width there. That would be close enough. Alright, so I will now move this down or rotate it. Does make it a little tricky when we don't have a stroke around this because you can't really see the layering. I feel like maybe I should start adding a slight stroke. See how that looks. That way you can see what is layered where. Yeah, this one should be brought to the front. Where are we here? Alright, so that would be my passing pose. And then we're going to go 2 more. What do I do over here? Oh, these are these. Just make myself a little more room using the artboard tool.
No, I don't see it in any of my.
The next pose would be this high pose. Alright, so I'm going to select again, Alt left click to drag and make a copy. And now we want to see that the right arm, is that this one, is going to be back, that left arm is up.
Mr. Duzak, you gotta share your screen.
Okay. I don't want to share today. I'm being selfish. Just kidding. I don't want to share. You can't make me. Alright, so this, we'll start with the legs. Alright, because that definitely looks like that. Oh, we got the shorts in there too, so we got to double click. Oh, actually, I guess we do have to kind of get the pants in there. Oh, this is going to look a little strange, I think. Well, maybe not, because they'll overlap. So there would be the leg, or the right leg. We'll get the back one kind of just angled a little bit. Alright, so there's the right arm is like that, and we got to bring up the left arm. Alright, and the last one is our contact, which should be the same as the first one. I think just with the arms and legs kind of reversed. Alright, so we should have right arm back, left arm forward. Alright, so that's going to be my pose, my sequence there. Alright, so that probably took me about 15 minutes to do. I would imagine probably take you guys about double to do, if not a little more. So that's our goal for today, to have this kind of pose sequence. Alright, so everybody online, again, you know, we should be posting JPEG in the community or on Twitter. Suppose you could even email it to me.